What's going on, guys? Scouts311 here, and this is Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition. Another app game. The last playthrough I did was Descent using Road to Legend, and now we have Mansions of Madness, which you need the app to play. The world's gone app crazy for board games. I love it. I think it's awesome. I don't want every game to be like this, but I do like the ones that they've been putting out and what they've been doing with some of this stuff. So Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition is obviously the 2nd edition of Mansions of Madness. And I'm not going to go through a lot of setup stuff here or discussing how it works. We're going to play it and learn as we go. It's pretty simple, actually. The mechanics are very simple. And then we'll be able to just get through. We're going to do the first mission, or whatever they call it here. So a quick look at how I kind of set some stuff up over here. We have the tiles, and the tiles are basically broken down by larger tiles and then the smaller rectangular tiles, so you just kind of stack them so it's easy to find what you need. We have all our cards here off to the side. Now these are conditions. There's 5 of each, and what you do is you grab them. Actually, there's more insane, but 5 of most of these. You grab them and you grab a random one, and the app will tell you when you need it, when things happen to you, because they all have different. Well, these don't. The days. The conditions don't really have things on the back that are different, except for the insane ones do. They have text on the back that alter how different players could win the game. The rest of them don't. Wounded, no. Stun, no. And restrain, no. But the spells here do. So you would grab a spell, and say you would cast Flesh Ward, for example, to heal someone of a damage. It'll tell you to flip the card, and then you do what it says on the back, and then it always tells you to grab another version of it. And there's 5, so you throw it in here, you shuffle them up, and you grab a new one. So I just separate them here, because it always tells you what to take. There's no random spells. It'll tell you what spell you're getting, and then you shuffle them back in, so it's a little easier that way. Damage deck here. These, if you take damage, if it says just take damage, you take it flipped up, do what it says. Sometimes it makes you flip it back. Sometimes it stays up. Things happen. It'll also tell you to take it face down. You take it face down. Damage equal to your investigator's wound or health. For example, Carson Sinclair. If you get 8 damage, he gets wounded. You take a wounded card. And then if he gets 8 damage again, then he's eliminated. Same with sanity. If you take 6 sanity, you take an insane card. And then if you take 6 sanity again, then you become insane and are eliminated. So here's the damage deck. Every time you put cards back in the damage deck for healing, you reshuffle the deck. So you don't know what's coming. And then the sanity deck works the exact same way, basically. Or the horror deck, I guess. Just like the damage deck. And then here we have our common item deck. So the best thing to do with these is just keep them alphabetical, because the game will tell you exactly what item you're getting and when. So it's easy to find them. There's no randomization. You're not drawing random cards out of here. It'll tell you, find the axe. So grab the axe, and take that. So, and then you also have your unique items deck. Same thing with that. Just put them in alphabetical order. It makes it much easier to find what you need. And other than that, we have our dice here, which will explain how they go when we need to roll them. You get 5, 8-siders. I have my token box here for this game with all the tokens. There's not tons of stuff like some games. I don't even know if you need a box really for this game, but I had one anyway. So I sorted it at 2 areas: fired and blah blah blah, exploration tokens, things of that nature, clues, and then here's our heroes. And let's just get going. So move back a little bit here. Is it gonna have trouble grabbing that? Oh, I don't want a manual. Alright, well, anyway, let's just get going. So, let's see if there's a specific rule way to set up the game. I don't think it matters too much. Create card decks, organize map tiles, organize monsters, create token pools, update collection. So this game, just like Descent, has a collection feature. If we come in here, so you can check it out, you can go to more, and then my collection, and you can tell it. For the second edition products, they only have one release, but they are bringing out two different things that can bring in first edition stuff in if you don't own them. But if you own the first edition, you can tell it which ones you own, so you know what you're going to get in. And the game actually comes with a conversion kit in the box, which I haven't really looked through too much because I don't own the first edition stuff, which has tokens and things to upgrade, to convert your first edition stuff to second edition. So it's pretty cool, it comes right in the box. So for us, we're obviously just using second edition. Other options here, blah blah blah, sound effects, and then just other crap. And then back to our main menu. So let's start a new game. So we have 4 quests in this game as of now, until they bring out more stuff. So we have the Cycle of Eternity here, which is the first quest, difficulty of 2, 60 to 90 minutes. We have Escape from Innsmouth, difficulty of 4, 90 to 150 minutes. And this was tough. I played this with my wife. We did not beat it. Shattered Bonds, 120 to 180 minutes, 5-star difficulty, and this was tough. I played it by myself and didn't get very far. And then Rising Tide, 240 to 360 minutes, about 4 to 6 hours, they're saying. Difficulty of 3. And I messed with this one a little bit, and it's pretty cool. You're in Innsmouth. You're going from different parts of Innsmouth, like the Market District and the Residential District, and then you have to break out down the map, build a new one, type of thing, and go through those areas, and you're searching. And I didn't get too far in it, but I wanted to see what it was like, because 4 to 6 hours, I had a feeling that was going to be that, where you're going to different areas, and it was. And it was pretty cool. But we're going to go back and do the first one. Cycle of Eternity. So, after a rash of disappearances, your investigation brings you to the Vanderbilt mansion during a meeting of a particular astronomical society. Can you unravel the mystery before the Cycle of Eternity turns once more? Oh no. Alright, so let's get our investigators. So we come and select investigators. And there's 8 that come with the core set. So let's randomize it. So this game plays 1 to 5. So I was thinking, should I play with 2 players? Should I play with 3 players? Let's play with 5 players. Why not? Let's see what it's like if you have all the slots filled. So we're just going to random. We're just going to shuffle these guys up and cut it. And we'll drag from the bottom and see who we get. So let's cut it, drag from the bottom. So our first investigator is Agatha Crane, the parapsychologist. Okay. So has 5 health and 9 sanity. After you resolve a horror check, gain a clue. And then everybody has strength, agility, observation, lore, influence, and will. And then she's got some background stuff. So we got Agatha Crane. We got Rita Young, the athlete. 9 health, 5 sanity. You may move 1 additional space as part of a move action, which is nice. 5 strength, 4 agility, 3 observation, 3 lore, 2 influence, 4 will. So I looked at the guys, and there's only 1 of each character who has a 5. So she's the only one that has a 5 in strength. Agatha's the only one that has a 5 in lore. So there's 6 of those, and there's 2 that don't have 5s in anything, but they're a little bit more set up all around. So then we have Carson Sinclair, the butler. Another investigator within range may perform 1 action. Activate this ability only once per round. Okay. 8 health, 6 sanity. He is the only one with 5 observation. But he has a 2 agility. So everybody that has a 5 and something is a 2 and something else. And then the ones who don't have a 5 have 3, I think, is their lowest stat. 2 more. Father Mateo, the priest. 6 stamina, 8 sanity. Another investigator within range becomes focused. Activate this ability only once per round. So he has a 5 in will, and then a 2 in observation. And then average, pretty much average and everything else. And then we got, last but not least, Ming Tai Fan, the secretary. I have no idea if I said that right. 7 health, 7 sanity. Or 7 sanity, 7 stamina, 7 sanity. Once per round, you or another investigator within range may reroll 1 die while resolving a test. Nice. And she does not have a 5 in anything, but she doesn't have a 2 either. So she has 3 3s and 3 4s. So the other 3 characters we're not going to be using is William York. He has no 5s or 2s, 3 3s, 3 4s, just to show him off. Wendy Adams, the urchin, she has a 5 in agility. She's actually does not have a 2, but she has 1 less 4. Okay. And then we have Preston Fairmount, and he has a 5 in influence and a 2 in lore, so he's got that. So Wendy's the only one who does not have a 2 with having a 5. Interesting. Never really looked at the characters deep in like that, so I was curious. That's why I was looking at them there. Alright, so those are our guys that we are going with. So we selected the app. So we have Agatha Crane, Rita Young, Carson Sinclair, Father Mateo, and Min Tai Fan. Get starting items. So here's what we get for starting items, and we can grab those and then give them to who we want, basically. So we get a crowbar. So we go to the common item deck. So it said alphabetical. So we find a crowbar. We find a holy cross. I have a feeling who's getting that. We find the King James Bible. Well, okay. A pocket watch. And we have 1 spell, Instill Bravery. Nice. So we get, there's 5 of these, so you just shuffle them up and take one at random. Alright, so who are we going to give what to? Let's figure it out. And then each investigator also begins with 2 clue tokens, so you have to remember to give them that. Alright, so either the Holy Cross or the King James Bible probably should go to Father Mateo, right? Let me come on. So you can, the King James Bible, as an action, you can have any investigator within range or yourself discard a face down horror, and the Holy Cross, you can roll additional die while resolving a will test. So he has a 5 in will, so I think I'm going to give him the Bible. And we'll give somebody who doesn't have as good a will the Holy Cross because they can re-roll their test there. The pocket watch, you may perform 1 additional puzzle step while attempting a puzzle. Okay. Let's give that to Ming Tai Fan, since she doesn't have a 5 in anything. The crowbar is good for attacking, of course, and we'll give that to Rita because she has the highest strength. So that leaves the Holy Cross and Instill Bravery, which is a spell. You or another investigator within range discard 1 horror, then flip the card. Spells are normally done with lore, normally. Agatha has the highest lore at 5, so let's give her that. And we'll give the Holy Cross to Carson Sinclair. Alright, so those are our investigators. And they each get 2 sanity. So let me set them up. Alright, so here's our investigators on the bottom. I'll probably drag them out and show them off on their turns and things like that. Something of that nature. We'll figure out how to do it. And then let's continue with setup. Alright, we'll bring this in a little bit because it's going to tell us a story.
You slump into your office chair after another long day of interviews. You've been investigating the disappearances surrounding a wealthy neighborhood for 2 weeks, but you have nothing to show for it. The telephone rings. You answer and hear the panicked voice of an older man.
Is this the investigator who visited the Vanderbilt estate?
You flip through the files on your desk. William Vanderbilt, a wealthy bachelor, mother recently deceased. He has refused to meet with you, but you were able to speak to several members of his serving staff.
This is Eugene, Mr. Vanderbilt's butler. I didn't know who else to call. The police think I'm crazy. Unnatural things have started happening here. I'm worried for my master. I think he's in danger. Please, help.
Finally, a lead. You hang up the phone, throw on your coat, and leave for the Vanderbilt estate.
Alright. Let's continue. Alright, let's throw that down and get in a little bit on this. Your car rattles up the uneven drive, pulled into a stop in front of the estate. Several cars and carriages are parked along the drive. However, the butler who contacted you is nowhere to be seen. You knock on the large oak door to no response. Fearing something has happened, you try the handle and the door swings open into a lavish entryway. Place the entry hall and bathroom tiles and walls as indicated. Alright. So we gotta grab these. So we need the hall, the entry hall. So every tile, and these are amazingly awesome looking tiles, I will say. They're just so detailed, they're so cool. But they all have a name. So this is an office. Sorry, this is the office tile, for example. So we're looking for the entry hall tile and the bathroom tile. Alright, so here's our entry hall tile and our bathroom tile. There we go. There's the bathroom tile. Okay. Alright, so we have to set them up as indicated. So we're going to have some other objects here that we place on here, and those kind of cover doors up to help with the way, so like not every door is going to be available for every time you use those tiles, things of that nature. So we come down here, we're going to lay down our entry hall like so, and then we're going to lay down our bathroom tile like so on top of it. And there is our first rooms set up. Now, whenever I look at the app, it turns kind of yellowish for a while, so I apologize for that. But it's the way it goes with this camera. Okay, so we then put down basically kind of like a shelf. Not a shelf, but a dresser type of thing. We put it over this first door here, as the app says. So there's technically there's normally a door here, but now there is not a door here. Okay. And the other thing we put in is a paint-in by the door farther up here in the hall. Alright. You step into the warmth of the house. A strange stillness hangs in the air, and your footsteps echo through the quiet entrance. Place your investigator figures as indicated. Alright, so all our figures go into this front door area. Now, it's kind of hard to see, so I'm going to show another tile off to give an example of how this works. So this is a tile here, a room, they call it. This is a bell tower. So each room has doors that you can go through. Some of them have yellow lines that you can go through. Some have dotted lines which are impassable. And then most of them have a white line like so. So while this is one room, it's actually two spaces. So if your investigator is here and you want to move here, it will cost one movement point to go over that white line. And of course you can't go through walls and things of that nature. Pretty basic. But most tiles have a white line like this to split them up. Some of the bigger ones, for example, here's a good one. This is the kitchen tile. So if you're here, this white line blocks this part of the kitchen from this part back here. There's a door here. This yellow actually breaks this off into two separate, so this is another passage that you can go through. But the dotted one is impassable. You cannot go through here. You can go through this one, but it costs us a movement point. And then this is broken up. So that's kind of how they break up the tiles. Some are a little more extravagant, I guess, than others. Okay, so we put our investigators on the front. On the left wall of the entry sits a table with a small pile of papers. Place a search token as indicated. So we grab one of our search tokens, and we basically place that here, like it's asking. It's in this first space. So this tile has a space, so the line goes like right here. So we're all crammed into one space. It takes one move to go to this part of the hall. But this is on the first space. And another one is going to go a mysterious painting of a nighttime landscape. Dominates the right wall of the entry. Place a search token as indicated. We put this by the painting that we dropped on the map earlier. Ooh. The silence is broken by the muffled shouts and sounds of crashing pots and pans coming from the door on your right. Place an Explorer token as indicated. So these are Explorer tokens. So those normally go through doors, things of that nature, to see what's in the next room. So this goes over the door. Now Explorer it takes an action to explore into the next room. You get 2 actions a turn for each investigator. You notice a shelf stacked with books and other objects nearby. Pushing it in front of the door could prevent someone or something from coming through. Place a barricade as indicated. So the barricades look like this. There's some that look like shelves and books and things like that, shelves. And then there's another one that has like barrels. Depends if you're probably out, if you're outside or inside. So as an action, you can shove one of these bookcases in front of a door, and if something tries to get through the door, they have to make a strength check. Basically, they have to get 2 successes on a check based on a stat that they have, and if they get them, they crash through, but if not, they're stuck on the other side. They're trying to break through the barricades. So you can use these to try to stop things from coming after you. Alright, so then we have a hall, which continues deeper into the mansion. Place a sight token as indicated. An investigator in the hall corner 3 may reveal the adjacent area. So sight tokens, and this is something I was doing wrong when I started playing, the first time I've been playing it, is you don't actually need an action to continue to look down through with the sight token. I thought you did. So if you're in hall corner 3 right here, if you just move here, you can actually see down this hall. So that's something I have to remember. And then the other 3 other doors lead into the mansion. Place Explore tokens as indicated. Alright, so we have a door leading north through the hall corner. We have a door leading into the bathroom. And then we have a door right here leading out of the hall into somewhere. So pretty much when you get a new area, it's similar to this. You lay the tiles down, you put search tokens down, explore tokens down, the sight tokens, things like that. And now it is our investigator phase.